hearing it.
So Jordan, here in the Northwest, I feel like we've gotten a nice change in the weather, but nothing too dramatic, you know? We're getting some much needed rain out there.
It's been nice. You know, today was actually, we had highs in the 60s, snow level dropped to about 5,000 feet. Going into tomorrow and Friday, we see conditions warm back up, but the good news is we're getting rain, and a lot of your lawns are loving it. Here's a look right now at some of the highest rain totals we're seeing, and a lot of them sitting right around I-90. So East Siders, shout out to you from Bellevue on over into Issaquah. Redmond experiencing it as well. North Bend, 54 1/100 of an inch. Half an inch, basically. Cougar Mountain getting hit at a half inch now, and Issaquah, one of the higher spots there at closing in on the 3/4 of an inch mark. And it's all because of that thing right there, okay? And that has been pretty heavy and consistent. There it starts or originates south of Seattle and then really intensifies right around that I-405, I-5 interchange in south part of Seattle into Renton and then along I-90. So this is moving south-southeast, and as that direction continues, the heavy showers could maybe follow that path. And if it does, here are some of the cities that the heavier rain could technically move into throughout the evening. But this is going to die down, and then we're going to be tracking an instability situation going on up towards the north. Now, right now, we got some light showers taking place near the international border. Of course, the San Juans are included in that. Same thing for Bellingham and most of Whatcom County. Out along the coast, we're seeing showers south of Forks, helping with the orographic lift is helping there with the Olympic Peninsula, and a lot of that is just east of Highway 101 with spotty showers on the beaches. So tonight, showers pretty much continue, okay? Not widespread, but where I showed you, and that'll stick with us through early tomorrow. Then we go drier, we get more sunshine, and actually we become warm again as we head into Friday. Tomorrow will be a transition day, and then we've got a really nice start to the summer weekend. First weekend, of course, of summer. So here's the plan for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy yet again. Showers still lingering in certain places. Roads will probably be damp as you head off and out early in the morning. Temperatures still somewhat limited. Like I said, tomorrow's the transition day, and then we'll get back into the 70-degree figure. Here's a look at UW high-resolution model. Remember the rain I was just showing you? Look how accurate that is. And then we're watching that next feature up towards the north. So this will try to work its way south and east tonight and then fade away. And then that new system that I was showing you up near the San Juans, that'll work its way right behind it, impacting the areas that are seeing rain right now. This is 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And then as we go into your day tomorrow, a lot of that rain will dry up. We've got mostly cloudy skies, and then eventually going to bring back the sunshine and, like I said, the warmth. So 65 tomorrow. We'll keep the clouds, some sun breaks, sunshine late in the day, and then first day of summer is Friday, and we'll be back in the 70s, at least for the first half of the weekend.
All right, thanks, Jordan.